Hey everyone, Mike here in the BFH garage, and I'm going to be working on a project today that's been driving me nuts forever, but the problem was there wasn't an aftermarket solution for this issue. How many of you TJ owners have gotten up into your driver's seat and you lean left because the seat foam is completely degraded, falling apart and whatnot? We didn't have an aftermarket option up until this point, at least I'm not aware of that, other than aftermarket seats such as Mastercraft or PRP or something like that. Not everybody's an off-roader. Some people just want a new stock OEM feeling seat. And guess what? We have one now. Thanks to Summit Racing Equipment, we now have a replacement seat cushion for the TJ. These I think this ran right about $75 or $80, right in that neighborhood there. So they're not terribly expensive at all. They come with new hog rings. So when you look at the hog ring there, that is what will connect it to your seat frame, and comes with everything you need to get you back up and running and comfortable in your Jeep again. So I'm going to walk you through how to install this thing. So far, the reviews online, I think it's been out just over a month. The reviews online have been absolutely wonderful. Everybody loves it. They say they're gaining some height, as well as that lateral stability being there again, and getting rave reviews. So come on over. I'm going to pull the seat out of the Jeep, put it up here on the table, and we're going to show you how to get this thing changed out. Now don't forget, before you finish pulling your seat all the way out, that if you have an aftermarket seat heater like I do, you need to disconnect that, as well as there's another wire that connects underneath your seat. And if I recall correctly, I believe it's the seat belt sensor. So make sure you get those disconnected before trying to pull out your seat, or you're going to break some wires. Other than that, 4 bolts, and it comes right out. In order to get started, the very first thing I have to do now that the seat is out of the Jeep is I have to get the aftermarket seat cover removed. With the seat out of the Jeep now, you can see right here, my fabric, there's just nothing underneath it, so I had no lateral support on this side here. So to get the cushion out, what we need to do is we need to get the seat cover off, and it's going to be a series of steps. You're just going to have to follow along and understand how this works. You're going to have, on this side, there's going to be a white plastic thing that snaps into place. Underneath the front side, there's a kind of a fold roll thing that holds onto a bar. Same thing on the passenger side. And then on the back side corner over here, there's a zipper that you need to undo. You can't do it all the way, but what it does, it relieves the pressure on this enough that you can slide your seat cover around your recliner handle and then start to rotate things up. Now, as we start to do this, you're going to see that there's going to be hog rings in there that need to be cut as you pull the cover out. Now, if you're not familiar with the hog ring, that's what this thing right here is. And what it is it goes into the fabric, and then there's a wire in the seat cushion here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a wire that goes right along there, a wire that comes right through here. The Summit seat has the marks of where you need to put these hog rings at. And what you end up doing is you cut the old ones out, you put these new ones in. Now, if you don't have a pair of hog ring pliers, then you might be able to get away with doing it with pliers, but you're probably going to end up with some bruised fingertips as you do that. You can find a cheap pair of hog ring pliers at the local store, but the way these work is you put the little ring in here, and then, or you put it into your seat cushion and making sure that it's attached to the fabric. And then you take these pliers, you close them, and they cause that hog ring to close up and stay attached to the fabric. So let's start figuring this out to get the seat cushion off. Again, the plastic piece that's on your left-hand side as you're sitting in the seat, it has 2 pinch fittings that go into the frame. You can't pinch them both at the same time, at least on mine you can't. You can't pinch them at the same time and pull them out. You got to bend one down, kind of pop it out, and then the other one rolls up and then will fall out. So be careful. These seats are 25 plus years old. Some of those things become very brittle, so take your time, be gentle with it so you're not breaking anything. Once you get that out, then we'll start rolling the rest of the stuff off, and I'll show you that here right now. Okay, you can't see from there because it's tucked in right behind here, and I can't get my camera in there without making it be a headache. So I'm going to do those. I'm going to post a picture right now so you can see what these two pieces fit like. And when you see those two tabs, like I said, take a flathead screwdriver, push one down, push it out, take the other one, push it up, and push it out. Here's a picture. Okay, now that we have those identified, take one tab, push it down, tab up, down, up, and out it comes on this side. Coming up here, you have the part that kind of rolls on. It's a little plastic clip. As you can see right there, it rides right over the little rod that's going right across there. And same thing with the other side over here. Now these two are the roll parts. This side over here is the only one that has those two pins to help hold it in place. Now, let's turn it around so you can see there is a zipper right here that is buried in there. And when you get that out, you can see that it needs to zip down. It doesn't come out down there, it just zips down. So easiest way I found is take yourself a zip tie, put it on there, hold this up, pull your zipper down, there you go. Now that you've done that, that releases the pressure for your tumble here. And I'm working way out of position here, so it's a little bit hard for me to do. I'm going to roll this up first, and then come over here and get that. So let's start taking the cushion cover off up to this point, and you're going to be met with hog rings here in a second. Now I have the room over here. Let me see if I can show you. You have the room over here that this can kind of move forward. Oh, this thing's gonna make a liar out of me. There we go. And pull that off right there. And you can just see all this dust falling off this thing. And I know there's some out there way worse than this. So now I'll bring it in for a close-up so you can start to see what these hog rings look like. So as you can see right here is where the fabric mates up to the cushion. And if you look real closely right there, that's one of the hog rings that attaches to that crossbar right there. So the only way you're gonna get that out is to get a pair of wire cutters, cut that out, and then when you go to put the new ones in, you're gonna have to hook it and then use your hog ring pliers to get it to set in place. So you have one there, you have some down the side, you have some on the back side underneath. Let me show you those real quick. So if you look closely right there, hog ring there, there's another hog ring up here. So you're just gonna have to make sure you pay attention, locate them all in order to get that cushion off. Pays to have a good pair of dikes if you don't have one. Trying to get your hand in there is tough as it is, so. Now, you don't have to get the hog rings all the way out, you just need to get them off of the fabric that the new one's going to attach to. They can stay in the old seat cushion, I don't care. So you just got to get the wire bent enough that it comes off the old fabric. And once you get that, that part is good to go. Now we're going to transfer to the top side here. And I'm going to cheat a little bit and use a clamp on my table here so I don't have to worry about this thing moving around on me. You know, you sit there and you fight with these things why they're in the seat cushion. I don't give a crap about the seat cushion, it's coming out. So you can take your pliers in there and be careful not to bend that wire that goes in the fabric, but you can grab the rod that's in the seat and pull it up. and then it's so much easier to get to your hog rings right here and cut them right off. So I pull that up, I stop to remove those hog rings, that's fine. But now I should be able to get this cushion somewhat out. But my problem is I have an aftermarket seat heater here that I need to peel back. I'm gonna have to put some sticky stuff on it to get it to stick to the new seat. So I'm gonna be just a little bit getting this thing off here and then we'll get back to this. With my seat heater removed, I can remove the cushion now and yuck, toss that out of the way. Take quick time to look at everything and make sure that none of your springs are broken, because you'd hate to get this thing all the way set and then realize that you had a spring that was broken. Another hog ring here that's attaching this bottom thing. It looks like it's either broken or whatever, but it's fine. I'm not too worried about that one there. So anyway, let's get the new seat in, or the new cushion in. And as you put this in, you're going to see this cutout here. That's not to go around the seatbelt. Your seatbelt actually has to go out, and that little cutout is going to get around this part of the seat right there. So as you take this and put it in, be careful. You don't want to break your new seat or your new cushion. It's kind of a process to get everything installed here because it hasn't felt a good cushion like this in a long time. There it is. I just need to check this backside now, make sure we have that where it needs to go, and everything is set where I want it. Perfect. Now is just a matter of getting the hog rings where you want them. But before I do that, I need to install my seat heater here before I do any of that, because once I put this back over the top, I'm not going to have access. So I'm going to install my seat heater and I'll be right back. I have my seat heater installed. I'm going to put my chair back as far as it'll go because that'll allow me access here. Now, when you go to install your hog rings, don't forget you have these wire retaining wires, I guess, right here. You have one on the left side, one in the front, and one on the right side. Your hog ring, when it goes in to attach the wire below, it also needs to come around this wire. So when you pinch it, everything holds together the way it's supposed to go. So you get your hog ring, you're going to start from the back, work your way forward because it's going to be the easiest thing to do. And you know what, that's going to be a little bit difficult on that side there. So let me get you in closer here so you can see what I'm doing and you understand how this needs to work. Hang on. I'm showing you the front of the seat right now. So as you can see, there's the wire for the seat cushion. Here's the wire for the fabric. I already did the back one because it's so hard to see back there, you weren't going to get a good view. But first thing you need to do is load your hog ring pliers like so and get them kind of pinched just enough that it's holding it in place. You want them to look just like that. And then you're going to take and hold it in your hand like that. And then where the groove is cut out for the seat is where you want to go. You're going to take and you need to push down and make sure that you're getting behind the wire that's all the way down there in the bottom. You see I got that pushed all the way down. Now close the hog ring pliers. If you do it prior to that, you're going to miss and be very upset with yourself. Now, as you can see, it's held in there just like it's supposed to be. Now I need to get the other side over here, and then I need to go on the back side and get underneath. Now, with the new Summit version of these pliers here, or with the hog rings here, we have a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 rings. So make sure you get your 2 here, your 2 here, your 2 here, and then you're going to have 2 in the back side there as well. So take your time, and remember, as you're pushing down, don't close before you push down, or you're going to pinch your hog ring closed, and it's not going to attach, and then you have to come back out, separate. It's a big pain in the butt. So that's what it is right there. With those all set, prior to setting the hog rings on the back side, I'm going to go ahead and get my fabric pulled over the seat cushion, because if there's any issues that I overlooked or something like that, I want to make sure that I get to it prior to fastening the other side. I need to get my cushion pulled, or I'm sorry, I need to get my fabric pulled over my recline lever here. Boy, this is a lot tighter, I can tell you that already. There we go. So I have the fabric pulled over. Now I'm going to flip it over, do the hog rings, then I'll come back and attach all of the attachment points here. For the underneath hog rings, you're going to notice that you have this big wire right here. That's part of the seat suspension. You want your fabric to go underneath that, so you can take a long pair of needle nose or something else, or you just tuck it under with your fingers, I guess, but you want to grab that and pull that underneath, because the connection point, let me get this back out so you can see, the connection point is right below this. I'm not sure if you can see that where you're at. So this is the cross suspension wire. There's the wire in the cushion right behind there, right below that wire. Another one right over here. So you want to take this fabric, tuck it underneath this, and then you'll get your hog ring in there, and it makes it much easier to get it installed. So let's get this all tucked under. Easiest way to get this is going to be to pull up on the suspension piece. You can see your support wire out of the way, but you can also see your seat cushion wire. Get that hog ring in there. Make sure that you bury it before you clamp. And then get it out. And then you can see that they're connected to the wire there. So hog rings are all installed. With the hog rings all installed, all we have to do now is go around and reconnect the plastic retaining parts. Remember these, that one side snaps on, these roll on over this bar right here. Man, is this a lot tighter than it was. That is a good thing. So you may take some help getting that on. Start one side, roll it over, and then it catches on right there. Same thing with this one, work it down till it's completely on. All right, all I have to do now is get my aftermarket seat cover back on and reinstall it in the Jeep, and let's see what it feels like. And boom, just like that, the aftermarket seat cover's on. Let's get this thing installed. Don't forget to make your connections while you still have easy access to them right here. Let's go with the initial impression here and see what I have. My Jeep is on a lift right now, so I'm using my little step stool to get into this thing. Wow, my first impression is this thing is very, very firm. It feels like a brand new seat. That is unbelievable. The other thing I'm noticing right now too, the top of my head is rubbing on my bikini top. That hasn't happened in quite a while. So the extra height you get out of this seat from going back to a OEM ride height is just incredible. I can see over my hood. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait to get this thing out and off-road, see what kind of support it provides. So overall, I am absolutely happy with this thing. I need to take it out for a test drive, but I just don't see me being disappointed. This thing is giving a lot of support right now. So hopefully you enjoyed this install and a little bit of a review that I gave, and this helps you install your seat cushion there, and good luck with it. Have fun on the trails.